Hi, my name's Nathan King, and today I wanted to talk about fossils and why they're important and how they were formed. Fossils are really cool in the fact that they can tell us a lot about our past. They can tell us what the organism may have ate, where they lived, how they lived, everything. I mean, not everything, but a lot. There are multiple ways of fossils forming. Usually only the hard matter of an organism fossilizes. And when I say hard matter, I mean like the bones, like this bone here. This is a bone off of a organism, and only the hard part fossilized. And we only find the hard parts. We don't find like the organs, like the stomach, the eyes, and the hair. Those are only in very rare cases that occurs. So I have a few fossils here for you to show you today, and I also have a little diorama I want to kind of show you. So fossils usually form when there's water nearby, and what happens is, let's say this is our creature, or in this case T-Rex. T-Rex is walking around in 50 million years ago, and it dies. So T-Rex dies, and it just falls down. So what's going to happen first is its skin and its eyes and its organs are all going to rot away, and it's just going to leave the skeleton of it. Then what's going to happen is plants are going to start to grow on top of the skeleton and around it. And then those plants are going to die, and they're going to turn into soil or sediment. And then that sediment is going to build up over the fossil over hundreds and millions of years. And through extreme pressure, lots and lots of pressure of all that rock building up on top of that skeleton, it's going to become fossilized. Now, how is it going to turn from white bone into this dark material that we see today? And the answer is that this actually is not the real bone of the animal. What this is, it's a whole bunch of different minerals that have seeped in to where the bone used to be. So the bone goes away, but minerals take the place of the bone, and this is called permealization. It's like a petrified tree. When a tree dies, minerals seep into where the tree was, and it creates a petrified. And that's pretty much what happens in this case. This bone, minerals seeped in, and it leaves us with an exact replica of what was there, but not in the same material. So, anyway, sediments build up on top of this animal. These plants die off, so they're not there anymore. Years and years pass, volcanoes erupt, earthquakes occur, and this fossil goes deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into our Earth. But then, let's say an earthquake occurs, okay? And the first thing that happens is the fossil may only shift a little bit. It may only do a little thing like that. So, only part of it's revealed. So the earthquake occurred, and only part of the fossil is revealed. In this case, it's the head. So a paleontologist comes by, and he sees that the head of a fossil is revealed. So what he's going to start doing is, he's going to start chipping away at the sediment that was left behind, and the minerals that have taken this place of the bones will leave a replica of what died there, and he can actually see how it died. So he can see that this T-Rex in this case fell over when he died. So that could tell us, well, the animal fell over when it died, so that means it probably died of normal causes, because if it hadn't have fallen over, we could probably see bones may have been detached from their original partners, and that could have been the indication of maybe a fight or a bicker. So the paleontologist or the archaeologist finds the fossil, and it goes into a museum. And we learn, when we're still learning from fossils we found 20 years ago. So, we're excavating a fish about 50 million years old here. That's from the Eocene period. Now, we talked about permealization, and that's similar to how this fish formed. Permealization. Sediments built up on top of it and compressed it, and it turned it into this. And that's similar to permealization, but not exact. So what happened was, this fish died. It fell down to the sea floor, and it lied there. And then a layer of sediment built over it. Then another layer, and another layer, and another layer. And the layers kept on building on top of each other, and it compressed the fish and flattened it. But it kept it in pristine detail, because it was quick how it died. That's what allows us to get really good detail in intricate fossils, is because if the animal dies quick, it lets us have a really, really good detail. But permealization and the buildup of sediments aren't the only ways fossils can form. There's actually another way called amber. But what is amber? Well, amber is hardened tree sap. So it's similar to when you go over to a tree and you touch a tree and you get tree sap on you. If that hardens, it turns into the material amber. And that amber can hold insects inside of it. So if amber rushes out of the tree, it's very sticky. So a bug may crawl into it somehow, and it'll get trapped inside the amber. That amber will harden over time through weathering and different climates. And that amber will harden, and it'll turn into basically a rock. And years later, we'll find it, and it'll have the insects still trapped in it, but it'll be in pristine detail. Incredible detail of how it was. And it'll let us see greatly about how the animal lived, or what it ate, and what it looked like. This usually only applies for small organisms, though. But it can tell us about the larger organisms, like what may have eaten the bug, or something similar to that. So, what's another way for fossils to form? Well, another way is through a lahar. What is a lahar? So, a lahar is a very large mud flow. So, if a river overruns, or something similar to that manner, and it creates a very large mud flow, several feet high, that mud flow flows over insects and trees and plants and leaves and critters and animals, and all the stuff gets covered in this mud. Mud hardens and it turns into shale, and that shale is perfect for preserving fossils. That shale traps the organism inside of it, and it hardens, and then later we can take really small tools and crack the shell open, and we'll find leaves and bugs and insects in extreme detail because of how quick they died. This is a great way to find how animals died. Thank you for watching. So, I hope by the end of this video we know that this is not a reality. But really, the reality comes when you actually find fossils like the next one. Jurassic Park and things like that aren't really true. Sad to say it, but it's not. This is a real fossil. This is a fossilized fish. And this was actually found. And although it may not be in as cool detail as a living one, it can help us create real models of what they may have looked like. And thank you for watching. I would like to thank everybody who helped me make this video, and it's been a very fun process. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.